Hi my friends, welcome to another episode of Walk the Talk. Today I'm in the beautiful nature national park in Freyung, Bavarian forest. Very beautiful landscape. Just went for a 2-hour hike, cleaning 3 of my subtle energy layers, but that's another story. Jogging, running, walking for a longer period of time gives you a nice glance, purifies all the layers, all the toxins, all the mental garbage, constipation. Just feeling great. The message for today I was thinking about is love. Yeah, what drives us? Why do we do what we do? Why don't we have relationships? Why do we work? Why do we go into nature? Why do we meditate? Why do we eat? We all expression of divinity. Yeah, the highest form of divine expression is love. And what I realized in the last few weeks, months, years, in my spiritual path, that all I want is to be happy. And this is not a big secret, right? I mean, we all know, every one of us wants to be happy. The farmer, the artist, the murderer in the prison, he also wants to be happy. Nobody of us wants to suffer. Why? The soul, you and me, inside, yeah, because if you follow my other videos and talks, maybe you already understand or realized, or at least understand my point of view, that we are not this body. That you and me, the I, yeah, is the one who perceives the body. I always like to give the example, I finger, I hand, I head, right? No, it's my finger, my hand, my body. Yeah, then the thoughts. Do I say I thoughts? Yeah, I thinking. Yeah, is it I thoughts? Yeah, I feeling, I emotions, or is it my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions? But who is the my? Who is the I am behind the scene? We're the conscious observer, but we identify with the objects of consciousness. That tree, that lady, that car, instead of realizing that actually what we're looking for, the pleasure, the connection, comes already from within. In Sanskrit we call this Sat Chit Ananda. Yeah? Sat means eternity, eternal. What means eternity? Never born and will never die. No beginning, no end. Existence, yeah, Sat also means to exist. There's no past and future. The soul, you and me, the conscious being within, only exists in the here and now. And we will never die and we will never take birth. Only our subtle body, the mind, made out of intelligence, mind and false ego, or the gross material body made out of the 5 gross material elements: earth, water, fire, air and ether. So that's the difference. We have a subtle body and we have a gross material body. But the subtle body is still material. But the soul also has a body, also has a form. In my recent podcast we talked about personality. Yeah, that the soul is not just energy, impersonal, emerging with everything, with the oneness, the nirvana, the Brahman. That's one part, one aspect, what is true, which only represents the Sat aspect of the soul, eternity. Yeah. If you emerge in everything, you become one with everything. You will have no exchange, no love, no relationships, and you will decide to take birth again in this material realm. Why? Because we want to exchange, we want to experience love and relationships. It's all about being happy, remember? And understanding and realization of oneness with everything, oneness with God, oneness with all the souls, we will never be truly happy, but we will experience some kind of happiness. But it's still a material happiness. It's not completely pure or free of contamination, transcendental, because as soon as we identify with this body, we immediately think of I and mine. And then we think about, okay, let's destroy the body, let's leave this world behind, because I suffer, because I don't want to be a man, I don't want to be a woman, I want to transcend, I want to go beyond. So okay, you achieve this destination, eternity, fully realized. There's a higher one called the Paramatma realization, to realize God in every heart, in all our hearts. The Paramatma, we are the Atma, the infinite small, tiny part of the divine. Atma, body, mind and soul, the self. And the Paramatma, he's the highest soul, the super soul. And this would be the Chit aspect. Chit means consciousness, awareness, knowledge, wisdom. But this is a different form of wisdom, a different form of consciousness. You will be connected to everything. You will see, because God sees, or you see through God. You have a different lens on, different glasses. And when this happens, it's actually very beautiful, because then you realize you're one with everything. You're one with God, but in the same time, God is in your heart, and God is in all the hearts. And you might be connected to everyone and one with everyone, but in the same time, you don't know what everyone else thinks, feels, wants, desires, all the previous lives. But you know about yourself, and that's it. But the Paramatma, he is in the heart of everyone. He knows all the thoughts, all the emotions, all the feelings. He is present, omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. He knows past, present, future. And this is the path of the yogis. Spirituality nowadays leads us to the understanding that we are Sat, eternity, everything is one. This is basic ABC. But to go beyond, we have to practice the path of yoga, especially Ashtanga yoga, Raja yoga, to follow some rules and regulations, to live non-violence, to study the scriptures. Celibacy is one topic. To practice asanas, pranayama, breath control, to meditate, to go deep into samadhi and to realize, localize God within the heart. This is the Paramatma realization. You can only get through a very deep practice of yoga. So now, Sat Chit, eternity, knowledge, and Ananda. This is also part of the soul. Ananda means bliss. I always get distracted when people run by. I have to get used to it. They're just looking and to be natural, I think it takes a few more takes. So Ananda means bliss, love, the highest expression of spiritual ecstasy you can experience. And this Ananda, you will not experience on the level of Sat only, if you just understand we're all one. This is still on the platform of the mind. If you realize God in the heart, you experience bliss, but it's not this highest form of bliss. There's different stages of Ananda, different stages of happiness. It's the same if you want to go to a restaurant and you have 3 different restaurants and one from the best to the worst, and you will always choose the better one. Because you can enjoy the best. You have the most pleasure, your tongue, your belly is satisfied. So the same way in the spiritual life. You can enjoy in any form, in any path, in any tradition, in any understanding, but the real joy comes with Ananda. And Ananda can only be expressed with personalities, not in an impersonal understanding. Here, dog station, where people put dog poo inside, so nice, I love you so much, experience so much Ananda. It's not possible. Or with a tree, yeah. Even though a tree is a personality, as a living being, but to experience true Ananda has to be a person involved. My children, my wife, yeah. This is real relationship. This goes deep. I can really experience love between other human beings, from soul to soul. I look deeply into your eyes. And this highest expression of this love we find in Bhagavan. And Bhagavan is the supreme person, or the supreme personality of Godhead. So God, in India, known as Bhagavan, Bhagavan means someone who possesses all 6 opulences. What are the 6 opulences? Yeah, he's the most beautiful. Yeah, I mean, just look at nature, the sun. Yeah, everything in God's creation is just divine. If you see the flower blossoming, it's sacred geometry. Or just look at me. Oh, okay, was not the best example. No, but God's creation, everything is divine, everything is beautiful. God's personality, God's form. If you see God, your eyes will melt, your heart will melt, because God is so beautiful. Yeah, and to say God has no form, who are we to say? Yeah, because some scriptures say you shouldn't imagine God. Yeah, but what if God appears and shows himself? God has a form, not like you and me. Now this body is also not my form. My form is Sat Chit Ananda, eternal, full of knowledge, full of bliss. Yeah, it's a spiritual body, not made out of material elements like water, earth, fire, air and ether, mind, intelligence, ego. Yeah. There we have pure transcendental ego. He is the most famous. Oh yeah, and one more thing. If God is a person, yeah, obviously I'm a person. And the Bible says we are created in the image of God. If I would say now, you and me, we are a person, but God is not a person, that would be blasphemy. Yeah, this is a very atheistic worldview. Why? Because God is absolute. Everything is in God, and God is within everything. That means that God must be a person. It can't be otherwise. At the same time, he's localized as the super soul in your heart and my heart, in all other hearts. It says in each atom God is present as the localized Paramatma. And we have Brahman, yeah, the oneness, the energy of God, the effulgence. So that part is also true. Yeah, it's not like one is better, one is positive, negative. Yeah, the force, the light side, bright side of the force, the dark side of the force. No, God is absolute. Everything in him is perfect. Yeah, the oneness, the Brahman, the localized version. Yeah, Bhagavan, the personality. And he's the most famous. Everyone heard about God, right? Just walking up and down because I finished the trail. Yeah, so everyone heard about God. Even you don't believe in God, but you hear about him, right? Can you say this about me? Does everyone know about Atma Flow? I don't think so. Yeah, because I'm not Bhagavan. And maybe you have one of these opulences. Yeah, you most beautiful could be. Yeah, and there are beings on this earth. They are completely beautiful. There's not a single thing not perfect. But is he also the most famous? Yeah. Or the richest? God is the richest. He possesses the whole universe. Everything belongs to him. He is the most knowledgeable, yeah, the most conscious. He is everywhere. He knows all your thoughts and mine and of every living entity in any kingdom, animal kingdom, human kingdom. And God even appears in all those forms. Yeah. In the Vedas it says we have 8,400,000 forms of life. 400,000 are human forms of being. And God appears in all of them, not just the 400,000 human forms. He also appears in the animal kingdom. Yeah, quite amazing. So he is the richest, the famous. He's the strongest. Yeah, God holds all the planets. He holds them just in space. Can you hold a planet? Sometimes people ask, can God create a stone which he can't lift himself? Yeah. What is the answer? It's a stupid question, but actually, yeah, it's I understand why people raise this question. If God is like so strong and so amazing, can he create something he can't do himself? Yes, he can. And then he does it, and then he undoes it, and then he creates another stone. I don't know. I have no answer to this question, but just some food for thought. I would say yes, he creates a stone he can't lift, and then he lifts the stone. That's it. He is the most renounced. I mean, we don't like renunciation, yeah. Why should I renounce? But God, even though he possesses everything, he's not attached, yeah. If we have a beautiful house, our company, yeah, all our clients and workers, and we're attached, yeah. If you lose it, you will lose yourself. But God never loses himself. He's Atma Rama. Yeah, his self is Rama, is full of pleasure. So this is Bhagavan, the supreme person. We are parts and parcel of the supreme person, the Jiva, the soul, the Atma, the self, Paramatma, the super self. If we realize these three aspects of God, Sat Chit Ananda, yeah, then we can also realize our aspect as a spiritual being. Because we also Sat Chit Ananda. Yeah, but our Ananda is not experienced by ourselves that we are Bhagavan, the supreme person, nor in relationship with God. And if we're in relationship with God, we're in relationship with everything else. If we're in relationship with everything else, we're in relationship with God. Because, like I mentioned before, there's a beautiful verse in the Bhagavad Gita where it is said, forgive my English, those who see me in everything and see everything in me are never lost to me, and I'm never lost to them. So that's the secret, to see God in everything and everywhere. Now comes the topic religions. Is God only found in the Bible, the Quran, in the Bhagavad Gita? Anyways, I want to actually open this topic for another session, but just to scratch the surface, yeah. God is there for everyone. There's no tradition. It's just labels made by man. And of course, my tradition is the best, right? I'm also in a spiritual tradition, and I was told to be open-minded for everyone else, and I am. But at the same time, I hear all the time, but still, ours is the best. Because we have the Vedas, we have the words spoken directly from God. Everyone, yeah, claims the same, right? But if I'm honest, I don't care. I don't care who you are. I don't care which religion you have. What I care is, if you found your way to God, if you awaken this love, this tiny spark, then you're on the right path. Everything else doesn't matter, because God loves you and you love God. And by reactivating, we are covered now, yeah? If we understand slowly who we are, we will get so much joy by just thinking about God, by talking about Him, by hearing about Him, by learning about Him, by singing His glories, His holy names. This is where real Ananda comes from. I experience Ananda now because I just went for a 2-hour walk. I did 1 hour of sitting meditation, 1 hour of standing meditation already. Now I will go in the ice cold water, and then I have a very hot bath afterwards, or sauna, and I will feel great on a bodily platform. I will experience some bliss, but it's not Ananda. Ananda I only experience when I connect deeply with God, especially by chanting His holy names in form of mantras. Yeah, by chanting His name, it's like, my name is Advaita. If you want to connect with me, you call me, hey Advaita. Okay, dude, I'm here. If you call God's name, in that moment you call His name, and it doesn't matter which names. There are names more accessible for us, more beneficial to chant, yeah. But every name of God can bring you closer immediately, because God's form, His name, His qualities, yeah, His realm is not different. So by thinking on God's name, by spelling His name, by shouting His name, by singing His name, you will directly associate with the Lord. There's a text in the Bible, I remember, that where there's 2 or more coming together and glorifying my name, then He will appear. So that's why in this day and age, yeah. Let us come together. Let us find the real joy by glorifying God, because God is amazing. I mean, I had personal experiences on many occasions, many levels. I will not share openly, but it's not a question of faith or belief or my faith, my scripture. I don't believe in God. I experience God. Everyone, I know many people, they experience God. It's not just in the head, yeah, just some feeling, some longing. No, we can experience God right now. And everything starts by understanding these three aspects: Sat, Chit, Ananda, eternity, conscious, knowledge, and bliss. And that we actually looking for love. We're looking for happiness. And this real happiness we don't find in this beautiful forest, yeah? You will not find it on my YouTube channel. You will not find it in any relationship other than the relationship with God. But when you have the relationship with God, then you will see God, yeah, as Paramatma in every person's heart. And you will see God in the nature, in his energy. You will see God everywhere, in the oneness, yeah? So if we come to this point that we see God in everything and everything in God, then real love will start to flourish. Real love will manifest. And from the bottom of my heart, I wish you that you, no matter who you are, to really find this true, deeper sense of connection and exchange with divinity, exchange with God, in oneness, in the localized form in the heart or in the person. Doesn't matter. Just find your way, be authentic, and call out for the divine love in your life. And it will appear sooner or later, because this is our nature. This is Satchitananda. This is the purpose of life: to give love and to experience love with everyone and everything, but especially with God. Anyways, thank you. I need to go back to my car now. And yeah, see you next week. Namaste.